Today we need to get into the community getting really upset about someone's comments towards new jeans, like BTS fans are upset about this, and then we have Jung Kook apparently being spotted at a restaurant with a female actress and what that is about. And then we have a brick that was thrown by a stalker and what that's about. So hey Dumplings, it's Dave. Decide hate it or not, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on. Make sure you join us fangirling on Patreon with some free content on Saturdays now. Let's go. I recently read that there has been an increase in stalker behavior, and a lot of people have been very upset about this because it means that their favorite artist could potentially be in danger. But also, it's just so crazy how much goes on and how crazy it actually gets. So if you're someone who isn't new to the community but new to K-pop, you might be unaware of just how crazy stalkers are within Korean culture. So maybe not just Korean culture, but K-pop. Because not all of these people who are so crazy in love with their favorite K-pop idol are Korean. But apparently there was a dancer slash singer that had worked with this male singer, and they were doing 2 songs together, and in the song, the choreography was for the 2 idols to touch each other, like pretty aggressively touching each other. Like legs were on thighs, and that sort of stuff. And this is, you know, pretty normal because you see a lot of this within Western culture. And just because they're dancing and grinding together on stage doesn't mean that they're actually together or actually dating. It's just choreography. It's just for the sake of entertainment. And it's just kind of hot for people to see 2 people together. Some people also like that there's a lot of people within the world that like to see 2 people get together and dating. So that's why we're so obsessed within celebrities, because we like to see other people happy. Now, apparently after this female idol stepped off the stage, a stalker apparently came up to her and threw a brick at her. Like a literal brick that was aimed right at her face, and it was actually coming towards her face. Her manager actually told the singer moments before the performance that she is going to need security and is going to need some sort of protection because there's going to be people that are going to be very upset with her based on this choreography. And the manager was actually correct, and the idol specifically said that the manager helped. Now, the manager actually protected her, so she actually didn't get hit on the face. But to me, it's super embarrassing how predictable the community has become, where people within the industry are already very aware that something like this would be seen as super controversial, like 2 people dancing together. If you talk to anyone in the US over this idea of 2 people dancing together, you'd probably think it's not a big deal at all. The reason why these stalkers get so angry is because they feel like the male idol is their boyfriend, and this female idol that is dancing with him is now getting him to cheat on them, when in reality the idol was never dating the stalker. And throwing a brick, like a literal brick, how delusional do you have to be? The idol that's on stage doesn't actually know you. Imagine going to jail for something like this. Like the idol is never going to visit you, still probably never even going to meet you, or maybe even know your name, and now you've gone to jail over someone who has no idea who you are. And I'm starting to see that the BTS community is kind of coming towards that point where the fans are extremely rabid and actually a bit insane. To me, it's actually insane to see how many people get upset within the BTS community when BTS isn't being mentioned in everyday conversation or whatever it is. Like when someone else talks about another group within K-pop, suddenly the whole BTS community is up in arms and angry, being like, why didn't you talk about BTS? Like this is an actual issue because people can talk about whoever they want, and BTS is not actually active right now, so there really isn't much to talk about within the group. They can make one critique about Jimin's new song, and then that's kind of it. But there really isn't much else to talk about. So a critic recently talked about New Jeans and how they're such a great artist and how they completely change a lot of different things. They have a completely nice aesthetic that everyone likes. It just gave them the best praise I think a group could get. Now, there's a lot of people who came in that were BTS fans that were attacking the group, saying the group has done a lot of bad things, the group is unoriginal, just a bunch of random things, and then just saying that the group doesn't deserve this type of praise, but kind of insinuating that BTS deserves this type of praise. And there's a lot of netizens that have then come out and seen these comments to say this is actually making the BTS community as well as the BTS group look really bad. And I 100% agree. This makes them look so bad. It makes a lot of people not want to join the community because now they're thinking, look how crazy these people are. The critic actually ended up deleting his tweet due to the backlash that he was getting from the BTS community, and a lot of people were not understanding where this was coming from because the tweet never talked about BTS, nor insinuated anything about BTS, nor said their name. So this is one of those things that gets me upset too, because if you like a group, then you just listen to that group, but don't expect that everyone else is going to like that group too, or that the world revolves around this group, which is what I feel like a lot of people within the community feel, that the whole world revolves around BTS and the whole world needs to bow down to them, and that every single praise ever exists need to go to them. There's space for everyone. There's space for BTS to thrive and be amazing, which they already are, and there's space for new groups to come in and also get praise as well. A lot of groups getting praise doesn't take away from the awesome things that BTS has already done, and reading comments like this isn't getting people who are reading the tweets who are likely not BTS fans to want to be BTS fans. I was very shocked to see how angry the community was towards someone talking about a different group. And it was very interesting to me. It was kind of eye-opening to really see the full effect of how insane the community can be sometimes. There was also a video that was going viral recently. Now, this was from JK's 7 music video, and this was a behind-the-scenes clip that had recently gone viral. Now, I'm talking about this because it has gone viral. I had never actually talked about it when it first came out, so a lot of people like to get upset when I talk about things that are slightly older, a couple days or a couple weeks older, and they're wondering why I'm rehashing and re-bringing it up now. Well, because I never actually got to talk about it, so now I can bring it up. The clip that went viral was JK basically saying that he is at dinner with his girlfriend, and he's going to say whatever he wants, even though his girlfriend seems very upset with him. He basically is saying in the video that he is playing the more obnoxious guy and doesn't really care about what his girlfriend has to say, and he's just going to talk anyway. Now, I personally didn't see any negative comments about this or people getting really upset about this, but I was very interested in seeing the general reaction that people had. Of course, this is a character, so I think a lot of people also really didn't realize that, but some people were joking that this was probably what it was going to be like to date Jung Kook, and others were saying that it was funny that he admits this, and it's funny to see this side of his personality, as we tend to see a little bit of a different personality normally, which is him being much sweeter and whatever. So it's interesting for him to play this character. Other people were saying that since he seems almost uncomfortable admitting to being this character or talking about being this character, that he probably is a green flag all around because he would never actually be this type of person. And I definitely agree. I don't think he would ever be the type of person that would almost bulldoze over his date or try to steer the conversation just to say whatever he wants to talk about. So it's definitely very interesting to see him be this type of person for the music video. I'm sure being in this music video, doing the music video and writing it, coming up with the treatment, all of that sort of stuff were things that probably made him a little bit uncomfortable, because it's not easy to be this different character. It's also not easy to embody a different personality and style and image, even if that image is him. And that is an image he associates with in real life. But then his image on camera is different. It's still difficult for him to play that character on camera because you don't know how to play that character on camera. People on camera get used to playing a specific person on camera. If you're a really nice person that often plays obnoxious people on camera, it is actually going to be really difficult for you to play a nice person on camera because your body will just naturally revert to that obnoxious person. So even if he is a great actor, which he definitely is, it can still be pretty difficult for him to come across in this way or play a more obnoxious character, as well as singing the lyrics he was singing. So it's all very fun and nice to see him play up this character, and I think it's very fun to see him have a little girlfriend in the music video. I think that definitely shined a different type of light on him, and definitely one that was a little bit more well-rounded and potentially more accepted within the Western market. There's a lot of people who tend to see him as just a little kid, like the Western market tends to see K-pop as for kids. So now he is more seen as an adult. Let me know what you think. Make sure you check out Patreon for more videos. Link down below. Thanks for the comment right here. Love you. Bye.